Hello students, hope all of you are doing well with your studies. I am here again in front of you with my next video on nomenclature for halogen compounds. I hope you have seen my earlier video on to the nomenclature of haloalkanes and haloarenes. Now I wish to discuss the nomenclature for certain other halogenated compounds. So under that, let us first discuss about the dihalogen derivatives. Now students, under dihalogen derivatives, I wish to discuss with you firstly geminal dihalides. Okay, geminal dihalides. And secondly, I will be discussing under this vicinal dihalides. Okay, vicinal dihalides. Now these geminal dihalides, what do you understand from geminal dihalides? So students, it is said that when same carbon is attached with two similar type of halogens, okay, then you call this as a geminal dihalide. And what is vicinal dihalide? When you are having same halogens but they are attached to adjacent carbons like this, adjacent carbons, you are calling them as vicinal dihalides. Okay, now students, commonly these geminal dihalides are referred to as alkylidene halides. Keep in mind, commonly they are referred to as alkylidene halides, and similarly vicinal dihalides are named as alkylene dihalides. Okay, so I hope the major difference between these two is understood to you. Now I would like to explain you further by giving you the examples. Okay, now again I am repeating, geminal halides means halogen is attached to same carbon. Two halogen are attached to the same carbon, and vicinal or alkylene dihalides are two halogens are attached to the adjacent carbons. Okay, so let us take an example for this. Suppose you have example CH3 CHBr2. Now what does this mean? It means like this Br, which is two atoms, are attached to this particular carbon. Okay, structurally if I wish to show you, I can show it is Br and Br attached to the same carbon like this here. So now what will be the name for this? The name for this in IUPAC way would be, you can name this as 1 and this as 2. So this would be 1,1-dibromoethane, of course, because you are having two carbons, right? This is its IUPAC name. But what about its common name? So I just now told you that in common way, how they are named? They are named as alkylidene halide. So if I wish to name this, the way I will name would be, you are having two carbons, so I will write it as ethylidene bromide. Okay, this would be its name. Now let me support with another example to you. Let me take this as CH3 CCl2 and CH3. Now what the name would be for this? 1, 2 and 3 carbons are there. On the second carbon you can see two Cl atoms are attached. Okay, so how do you write the name for this? It would be 2, 2, then dichloro, and as 3 carbons are there, you are going to name it as propane. Fine. Now how do you name it in its common way? 3 carbons are there, so you are going to name it as propylidene and then chloride. Okay, just a minute. You can see that this CH3 is attached to this. So let me name this as isopropylidene instead of propylidene. Okay, after this I would be giving an example of propylidene also. So for the time being, what is it? It is iso, because iso, this is CH3, C and CH3. Something referred to like this, you know, attachments is iso. This is an iso group, students. Iso. Okay, this is isopropyl. Fine. So the name for this is isopropylidene chloride. This you need to remember. So as I said, let me give you another example, which is merely your propylidene chloride. How it would be? It would be CH3, CH2, CH and Cl2. You can see that this is your first carbon to which both the Cl are attached to the same carbon. Anyways, these are the examples of geminal dihalides where you can see that halogens are attached to the same carbon. Now, I just wanted to give you a difference between isopropyl chloride and propyl chloride. So I gave you this example. Now, how do you name this IUPAC way? It is 1,1-dichloropropane. Okay. Now, see, here I told you isopropyl, but this is simple propyl group. So the name for this would be propylidene. Commonly, it would be named as propylidene chloride. So this is the way you are naming your geminal halides. And now let us proceed with the understanding with examples for your vicinal dihalides. Okay, the geminal I brought to your notice with examples. Now let us have a look at vicinal. So for vicinal, I told you that two halogens are attached to adjacent carbons. So example for this you can take like this: Cl, CH2, CH2 and then Cl. So here you can see two adjacent carbons, Cl, Cl is attached. So how do you name this? In IUPAC manner, it is 1,2-dichloro and then two carbons, so ethane. 1,2-dichloroethane. Okay. Now how do you name in a common manner? You can see here I have written alkylene dihalide. So you are going to name this as ethylene, then you are having Cl, so it is dihalide, it is chloride. Okay, ethylene dichloride. So this was one of the example. Let me support you with another example too. Suppose if I am writing CH3, CH, Cl, then CH2 and Cl. So you can see that here the Cl and Cl which are attached to your adjacent carbons. Okay, in this case this Cl and this Cl are attached to the, you can see that this is first, second and third carbon. So now in this context, students, let us try to name this IUPAC way. So you can call this as 1,2-dichloropropane. 1,2-dichloropropane. What about its common name then? So its common name would be alkylene dihalide. So what is the alkylene? 3 carbon containing compound. So you name it as propylene. Okay, and then dihalide is your chloride, so dichloride. So this is what is the difference between your vicinal and geminal dihalides, students. Okay, now let me give you one more interesting example. Let me give you one more cyclic interesting example. Just have a look. If you are having like this, you know this is cyclohexane, right? Now Cl and Cl are attached to the same carbon here. Now under this, if I wish to give you the example, this is cyclohexane, then this is Cl and this is Cl. Students, this is asked in exams. Okay, so please keep in mind. How do you name this in a common way? So how do you name this? It would be a cyclohexylidene chloride. Okay, so how do you name this? It is cyclohexylidene, then chloride. Okay, so this is the name for it. Now how do you name this? You are going to name this as cyclohexylene dichloride. I hope you are able to understand the difference between these. Okay, IUPAC you are aware, you can call this as 1,1-dichlorocyclohexane. You can call this as 1,1-dichlorocyclohexane. Okay, to this you can call it as 1,2-dichloro, because they are at 2 position, 1,2-dichlorocyclohexane. So students, these were the various dihalogen derivatives I wanted to discuss. And apart from this, I also wish to discuss with you one more class. So let me show you that class of compound. I wish to discuss with you something called as polymethylene dihalides. I wish to discuss with you polymethylene dihalides, or they are otherwise also referred to as alpha omega dihalides. What are they referred to as? Alpha omega dihalide. They are rare. They are rarely discussed, but then okay, you should learn them. So I am just showing you. Now students, here the only thing you can see, it is dihalides only, we are naming them. But the only thing you need to keep in mind here is the two halogens. Whatever may be the structure, the two halogens here would be at the terminal carbon atoms. So the main point which you need to remember here is halogen atoms, the two halogen atoms will be at terminal carbon atoms. Terminal means the last carbon atoms. Okay, let me give you an example to support what I am telling you about polymethylene dihalide. See, I am giving you one example as Br, CH2, 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 Br. You can see this in this particular compound you are having dihalides, right? It is a dihalide because you are having two halogens, that is Br to it. Now how do you name this? You will name this as, in an IUPAC manner, 1, suppose this is 1, 2 and 3. You will name this as 1,3-dibromopropane, obviously. Okay, dibromopropane. But see how they are commonly named as? They are commonly named as 1, 2, 3. CH2 group is methylene group, so it is referred to as trimethylene. Pay attention students. Here it is, CH2 groups are called as methylene. So it is 3 times. So I am writing it as 3-methylene dibromide. Okay, so you need to keep this in mind regarding the polymethylene dihalides. Let me give you another example for this. Suppose if I am having Cl, then CH2, 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 Cl. How do I write 1, 2, 3, 4? So I am having butane, right? But first and fourth carbon is Cl attached. So IUPAC name would be 1,4-dichlorobutane. Okay. But commonly, how do you name it? You name it because you are having 4 methylene groups at the center. 4 methylene groups are there at the center. So you will name it as tetramethylene dichloride. I hope with this two example you are able to understand what methylene, polymethylene derivatives are. Poly means many, methylene groups with 2 halogens. They are otherwise also referred to as alpha omega dihalides. In alpha omega dihalides, you have halogens at the terminal carbons only. That is the meaning. Suppose you are having 5 carbons, 5 methylene groups in between with the 2 iodide groups at the last. So you can name them as 1,5-diiodopentane, and then pentane. Then in between you will have pentamethylene diiodide. That was just a verbal example, another I gave you. Now students, apart from this, I would like to discuss with you one very important thing again apart from this, and they are polyhaloalkanes. Polyhaloalkanes. Now the name itself says polyhaloalkanes means you are having many halogens into the same compound. Okay. So now let me give you an example. See, CHCl3 suppose you are having, then you are going to name this as trichloromethane. Okay, in IUPAC way. How do you name commonly? It is nothing but your chloroform. You must have heard about this. Yeah, suppose you are having CHBr3, then it would be same way students. It would be tribromomethane. Okay, in your IUPAC naming, tribromomethane. And how do you name this? It is bromoform. As this is chloroform, you are having bromoform. And if in place of Br you have I, you write it as triiodomethane or iodoform. Or if you have CCl4, then you are calling it as carbon tetrachloride. Now students, I wish to discuss again further a very important thing in this context, and they are fully halogenated hydrocarbons are called perhalohydrocarbons. See, fully halogenated hydrocarbons. Fully halogenated hydrocarbons are called per halo hydrocarbons. Just see this, per halo hydrocarbons. Okay, now let me give you one example of such perfluorohydrocarbons. Just have a look the example which I am giving you for this. CF3, CF2 and CF3. Now students, if it is taken in context to propane, you will write it as CH3, CH2 and CH3. What I have done, I have replaced all hydrogens by fluorine. So you can say it is fully halogenated hydrocarbon. Propane was a hydrocarbon, but all H I have replaced by halogen fluorine. So it is now fully halogenated hydrocarbon. They are referred to as per halo hydrocarbons. In this case, it is no doubt perfluoropropane. The name for this is perfluoropropane, or you can call as octa, because 3, 3, 6, 7, 8 fluorine are there. Okay, you can call it as octafluoropropane, or as I said, perfluorohydrocarbon. So you can name this as perfluoropropane because you are having 3 carbons in it. So I suppose students, this particular nomenclature for halogen compounds was also a little bit useful to you. This was a part which was a very important discussion in context to the various exams. Okay, either it is board exam or it is good CET or it is NEET or JEE. This part which I have taught is a very important one. So have the revision of the video again and again. See that you are able to understand the concept very clearly. Hope you have enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and send and spread further to your friends so that they are also benefited. So for the time being, thank you students. Enjoy the day. Bye bye.